I am.
Yeah, we got an eviction schedule here today.
What? How y'all got an eviction?
What you mean, how?
Cause hold on, I just paid. How y'all got an eviction? I ain't got no notice or nothing. That's not correct. I only didn't pay my rent this month, and I got a paperwork that they supposed to be fixing my stuff, or Section 8 supposed to be letting me move. I do have that paperwork. This the only month I ain't paid it, cause they supposed to be fixing stuff by the 26th.
Who's supposed to be fixing it?
I have that paperwork. They had something to the 22nd to fix my stuff while I was gonna move, cause I got mold over here.
Okay, so Section 8 is paying.
Yeah, Section 8 pay my rent.
And so what happened for you to get behind?
I'm not behind. What they saying I owe? Because I don't owe nothing but this month. So
Okay,
after
but
the
what I'm
50th
saying
day,
is what you ended up in court for some reason.
4 months ago.
Okay, you went to
But
court.
I've been paying it. I've been paying it. I no lie, I have been paying it. So I got the want me to get the paper? Because I got the paper. They got to the 26th.
Let me explain this to you. Now, the only thing I do, the only thing I can do is an eviction. I can't mediate the case. I can't.
So you saying I have to get out like right now?
Yeah, we're about to do it now.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Tell me, there's nothing I can do. I have this that's issued from the court.
What?
I'm gonna give you a copy of it.
It is crazy. I just had it fixed. That is crazy.
You can read it.
So what y'all gonna do? Kick my door in or come in anyway?
Yeah, that's why the locksmith is here. If you weren't here, if you don't open the door, we're gonna come in. And that's what it's called, forcible entry and detain the FPD.
Can y'all give me a second? Cause my kids in here. Oh my God! Like I was not warned or nothing. I was no warning. No warning.
So you didn't talk.
I don't pay.
When the last time you talked?
I paid my rent last month. I have not talked to them since then.
No warning. Judges don't just sign writ of evictions. And by writ of eviction, that means that's why this man is there. Because a judge signed a writ of eviction, most likely. And now that gives him the ability to, in 24 hours or whatever the case, come in and just move all your stuff. It's that simple. So clearly we're missing some details here, some things that she's leaving out, I believe. But let's get back into it. But before we do, if you could like the video, helps more than you know, only takes a second, and it actually does help a lot. Also, if you could hype.
You didn't talk to him?
No, I just had inspection on the 25th of last month, and they had to the 22nd of this month to fix my stuff or I was gonna move. Like they are doing this on purpose because it's mold in the house. It's mold in here, and Section 8 was for them to fix this. Like I really want to call the police, like, cause this is absurd. Like
yeah, well you can call the police, but it's a civil matter, and the police they deal with criminal law.
Oh my God, this is
they don't
absurd.
Deal with civil.
Like where I'm gonna put my stuff, I cannot put.
You don't have anybody you can call?
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you give me a second? Cause this is crazy. Like.
Okay. Now what I normally do, I come in, I take pictures of everything in the house. After I get done with the pictures, then I bring the crew in. Now he's gonna go ahead and start working on a lock to change the locks out.
That's crazy. I need to call my caseworker because, like,
Have you called the management company?
Them, like, oh my, I'm gonna call the owner, the actual owner, because this is this lady at this front desk. This is this lady at this front desk. Why are you supposed to evict me? This is the only month I ain't paid my rent. The only month. Yeah, this is absurd. This is absurd, like literally. You got because baby, what? This is the only one. I was not warned of nothing.
You gotta get somebody to warn. Yes.
This is and they should put my stuff out right now. Right now. Like what?
How many people in the house?
My son's in there.
Yeah, call your man.
Hold on, cause this is absurd. What is his number?
Okay.
Yes, please call the landlord. I don't know why in a lot of these cases they never do that. Usually it's this gentleman who has to remind them, like, well, if it's a mix-up, call the landlord. Typically they don't want to call the landlord, obviously for obvious reasons, because when you call the landlord, they're gonna be like, you joking, right? Because that's really who this is between. It's easy to try to tell a story to a third party and try to get them on your side, because a lot of people like to tell their side and they leave out key, intricate, crucial details. But then when you have the other party involved who's also familiar personally with the situation, then it's a lot easier to hold you accountable and actually get closer to the facts of the matter and the facts of the situation.
And like I said, I'm going to start taking pictures. Now, what I would recommend you do is 2 things you can work on at the same time. One, you can call whoever you're going to call, try to stop it, call the court.
This is crazy. Like,
You can call the property manager, whoever you need to call. On the second half, you need to get all your valuables together. Your cell phone, your charger, your keys.
look, they just sent me a notification today. I only owe $421. This is today at 9:43.
Well, say I don't have anything to do with that, man. You could owe $1 million or $1. I have.
Ma'am, call the landlord. That's what I'm wanting to hear. Call the other person involved, and we'll really get to it.
A writ from the court that says to put you out. And that's all I can do is what the court says.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work.
Mama, your wife was there.
What I said?
Mama, your wife.
Baby, go in there.
Your wife was there.
Go in there, please. Go put your shoes on.
Okay. I wish I could put them.
The stick. This is not a laughing matter right now. Please go out of here. Go in your room and start getting your stuff.
Your call has been forwarded.
Take a picture of them all, because I'm going to sue the fuck out of you.
Yeah, ma'am, go ahead. Ma'am, you got.
It's crazy. And then I got paperwork. I paid my rent up $8.95. My money just disappeared. That's when I was taking this for. Like, this shit's stupid as hell.
Your call has been forwarded.
And they was come in anyway. That's what the locksmith was.
Yeah, we're gonna come in regardless.
Yeah.
Jacob.
I don't know. She did like one me after. She's not like me.
So it looks like we're not going to get to really concluding this because this is pretty much the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, I wish it would always just start with just call the other person involved. And then if it's really a mix up or there's a misunderstanding, then we can figure it out. But we'll leave it there. Let's get into the next clip.
TV off because it's almost 11 o'clock and you need to get ready for school. What is up, y'all? So I'm about to eat a late night snack because I didn't eat dinner, so this is what I'm eating with somebody. But I just realized that I have not made a video since moving out of my house and me being at my mom. Well, actually I have. It was a video where my daddy was cleaning up. But so I moved out December 29th, because remember my landlord had gave me a 30-day notice. And so, but I had found a house in the process of me moving out, and we had to go through like all the paperwork for her to be like approved for a Section 8 landlord, because I currently have Section 8. But so like I said, mind you, moved out December 29th. Today is February 18th. That's it. When I tell you, I'm so ready to go. I'm so ready to go. And it's not so much of just being here, because I love being here. I love being with my family. It's the sleeping arrangements, and I be having these urges to like clean my house, and it's only so much that I can do here. My son just had this conversation with me, because if I'm not laying down, it's 10:35. If I'm not laying down, they don't want to lay down, and then I have to go through this whole ordeal. I try to let them go to sleep, or they're gonna go to sleep, and then I finally go to sleep, but they argue about having to sleep with me in the bed. They don't like sleeping with each other. I don't like sleeping with them both. And then if one is sleeping with me, one feels like they left out. And it just getting so it was a word earlier, mundane. And when you feel like life is becoming mundane, that's when you really have to like keep your faith steady, because you know something is in the works. And also, this is random, but I also know when something is also in the works, because little toxic things will try to trickle back into my life. A sneaky link. When I feel like I made my mind up about something and I'm sure on it, something always like come in and try to block it. And it's like, do I take the bait, or do I just like one up it and just follow my intuition and just keep my faith? Because I know, I'm sorry, because I know this is only temporary. Just thoughts. What y'all doing?
And this is what it really comes down to. Because sometimes you examine some of these situations and you're like, why do you keep putting self-inflicted wounds on yourself? Like, isn't it obvious you don't do X, Y so that you don't end up with Z? It should be obvious, right? But see, she mentioned something that if you get a little bit deeper and you look at it more under the microscope, what you find is that she likes the chaos. She likes the toxicity. Because look what she said. She said she had a sneaky link. If you don't know what a sneaky link is, what a sneaky link is it's basically somebody that you're dealing with, but that you're not actually dating. You all have a relationship where ultimately all you do is they send a text message, you are that other person, and then you all link up, right? You have no other dealings outside of that. You link up, and ultimately, what do they say now? Y'all link up in clap cheeks. That's what happens. So what this gives us insight into is that that's how she was moving before, and it's like she's trying to resist the urge to go back to these type of behaviors, and she's got kids now. Why is that something that you're even focused on? In my opinion, sneaky links. But you notice she was saying all these reasons of why she's ready to get out of her parents' house and get back to her own space, right? Because the whole time she was listing them off. Oh, I just don't like sleeping with my kids because they don't go to sleep when I go to sleep, and uh, I'm just getting this urge to clean or something like that. The whole time she was listing off these reasons, I'm like, these are really fickle reasons. Like, it seems like this isn't like the real reason. And now we know what the real reason. Obviously, the sneaky link can't come to her parents' house, right? That's what I believe. I believe that's probably the reason. She wants to be able to just do what she wants to do and make more decisions that's ultimately going to end up with more responsibilities that she's not going to have to deal with because she's on Section 8. So I think that's crazy. You know, she's mentioning this urge to resist the mundane. What I hear is this urge to ultimately resist discipline, right? And peace. Yes, life can get mundane sometimes. I would say, sure, maybe sometimes chaos and living life on the edge, maybe it's a little exciting, but that doesn't mean that is what's best for you, especially when you have other people depending on you. Now you have to at least be responsible for that. Let's get
What I learned about letting people stay in my house: don't let people stay in my house. I see how my mom ended up with roaches in her home and in her car from letting dirty, nasty, trifling people stay in her house. She wasn't like me. She was nice. I'm kind, but I'm not nice. If I have to evict you, which I will, to get you out of my house, I will do just that. At 30-something, you should know how to be in someone's house. You know how you'd want someone to be in your house. You don't get a right to sit in someone's house and live as you choose. Go get your own and be nasty and trifling in your own home. And just remember, when those taxes run out, don't run your ass back here. Okay, bye.
Glad that Section 8 changing their rules. You know, the one that they said that people can only be up there for 2 years unless you disabled. Yeah, I'm happy as fuck that they doing it.
A lot of y'all have been on Section 8 since the 70s. It's about time you get off of it and let somebody else have some help. Do you understand?
If you are a landlord and you think Section 8 is easy money, it is not easy money. Okay? It is not guaranteed money. What do I mean? The damages done to your property can far exceed the rent that you collect.
So apparently for the last couple years, or even last couple decades, there have been people taking advantage of the Section 8 program, and it looks like it's starting to catch up to them. In just a couple weeks, they're making it so people only have 2 years to be on the Section 8 program to be able to get their stuff together. So no more staying on it 10, 20 years and passing it down generation after generation. And the ones that this is happening to aren't too happy about it.
Check out this beauty. And the nightmare it becomes when you have to evict the tenant who knows what they're doing. Okay, I know you guys love to hear the nightmare stories. So this was a lady that moved down here from New Jersey and got Section 8. You were my tax dollars paying for that house. So at this point, Section 8 is paying probably 80% of her rent, and she is paying the other 20%. Well, from day one, she stops paying her 20%, which means as the landlord, I can evict her, which I'm going to. But, you know, I work with people, and so I'm working with her. Well, fast forward, this has been about 6 months, and she has never paid a dime, and we're going through the process of evicting her. So when someone stops making payments, you have to send them a letter, give them a chance to catch it up. Then you file for eviction. What that entails is they get a letter from the sheriff, then the sheriff shows up and says, hey, you've got to be in court on this day. You go to the court, all right? Magistrate, usually within...
I love that he's going through this process. And as he's going through this process, keep that first lady in mind that we reviewed. When they showed up to her house, it seemed like it was so sudden and she had no idea. And oh no, I just didn't pay for this month. Watch as he outlines all the hurdles and the process that you have to go through to evict somebody. And then that way, when we watch some of these videos, you'll understand like, no, this isn't just a sudden thing if this guy is showing up at your front door. Now, keep in mind, certain states may vary, but I've never seen, I don't know of a state, if there is one, let me know, to where they just go to the court and just get the eviction paper, the writ of eviction, just off filling something out, and then the judge just sign it just like that.
I don't know, 45 days. Well, they go to the magistrate, they show up, they're meeting with legal aid. Legal aid asks for a continuance. So they push it back another 30 days, right? Again, this lady's good. 30 days goes by, you show up, the magistrate does what the magistrate does, and they rule in your favor because, of course, you've got all the right paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And boom, bang the gavel, you get the property back. She appeals. Now, you have to hire an attorney and go to district court. Keep in mind, this whole time, she has free legal aid, your my tax dollars paying for this, to represent her and make sure that she's not being taken advantage of by us evil landlords. Well, district court to get that scheduled takes much longer. So we're probably 3 months out for district court. The whole time she's not paying rent. The whole time, not paying rent. We go to district court. I show up. I don't show up. My property manager shows up. The attorney shows up, and they have all the paperwork, right? Legal aid says, we need more time. So now we're back at district court. They're in the court, I want to say, I'm not making this stuff up, I think they were in court 4 hours.
I'm so glad
that was the end. But imagine you actually win the case, and it takes even longer than it took for you to win the case just to address an appeal that somebody put in. This is what landlords have to go through. So we'll leave it there ultimately. Again, if you could like the video, greatly appreciate it. Helps tremendously. Only takes a second. Also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers. Basically it helps smaller content creators. Pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So if you press the hype button, just like you press the like button, it will show you the points. And smaller content creators get more points. So that is something that I have at my advantage since I'm small. And then also, Patreon link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.